Happy Sunday, lifestyle changers! We're now in the month of July. I can't believe it. Time flies so fast. We're more than halfway through the year. I like asking myself if I am now where I envision myself. Have I accomplished what I planned to do a few months ago? Am I now experiencing the feelings that I wanted to feel for myself a few months ago? Welcome to my Sunday drive, everyone. Every Sunday here at Lifestyle Changers MD, I go live just like today to give you a weekly dose of health wisdom that I use for myself and also use to coach my patients to help them take control of their health. Feel free to comment anytime, as I like discussing matters of our reality today that we often not pay attention to. That's what Sunday Drive is for. With my 17 plus years of combined experience as a medical doctor and health coach, I've helped many people take back control of their lives from chronic disease. While watching me, whether live or replay, I would appreciate it if you guys can type your city and country where you're watching me from. It's just really nice to know where you guys are. If something pops up in your mind, a question, a reaction, suggestion related to this video, please don't hesitate to type that also in our comments section. I would love to stir up some conversation and also hear some thoughts from you guys. Okay, so what do I have for you today? Today, the topic is very interesting. It's one of my favorite topics. So one of the things that I love about what I do is when patients signed up with me to work with me, part of our agreement is that we have to be honest with each other. I demand that they are not going to hide or lie from me. They demand that I be frank with them and tell them exactly what I think about what they're doing. No icing on the cake. And then, not hesitate to correct them when they're wrong. And in the same way, not hesitate to praise them when they're doing right. So I had an interesting inquiry call this week from a 75-year-old woman asking if I can work with her. She has diabetes and she has been obese all her adult life. She said she has tried many different hacks to lose weight and to get her blood sugar under control. She had tried, low carb diet to ketogenic diet to a high protein diet. She has exercised and taken many dietary supplements. And she said, nothing really helped, Dr. Hamis, and I don't know why. So to kind of get some more ideas from her, our conversation went on for like maybe 15 minutes. And I let her talk. And then she said something that changed the direction of our conversation. I interrupted her right there and asked her this series of questions, which is what we're going to talk about today. Perhaps you can, relate to these questions and can, resonate, and these questions can resonate well with you. So the questions I ask her, there is like, do you have a relationship with food? How are you treating food? In that relationship, are you treated the same way? Those 3 questions. Her facial expression changed from, I think I know what I need from you, Dr. Hamis, to now, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, Dr. Hamis. So anyway, in my opinion, so this is where my talk is going to revolve today. In my opinion, if you want to get healthy, remember that it is an 80-20 rule. Food matters greatly because it accounts 80% of your overall health, in my opinion. 20% goes to exercise, sleep, positive relationship, and all those things. But though those just 20%, those 20% can affect the 80%. Food. What I want to emphasize to you guys is that it is not enough to know what's wrong with what you are eating. I tell you, there is more to that. I tell my patients, and I'm telling you now too, sharing with you that you have to learn to look at food far beyond what you can see on your plate. It is not just a thing that you consume. Reality check, food can consume you too. Think about this for a second. When you engage with something that is consumable, yet also consuming you, that means there is a connection between you and that thing. In this case, food, what we're talking about. You have a relationship with food. What is the definition of relationship? A relationship is a state of being connected, period. It's a state of being connected to a person, to a thing, to a place, to a situation. Every single one of us has a relationship with certain foods. Imagine this. And recall, when you are invited to a party, which foods do you find yourself standing close to? As your eyes start scanning those variety of foods on the table, which foods do your eyes tend to stick on? It's like calling your name to come get me, come and get me. Like it's like calling your name to get a piece of it. You feel that your day is not complete unless you have a piece of that particular food. It can't be a birthday without your favorite flavor of birthday cake. It can't be a Thanksgiving dinner without a turkey. It can't be a Christmas party without a ham. It can't be a glamorous party without a roasted pig or roasted cow. It's almost synonymous to when Cupid strike us with his arrow. We fell in love with someone. You're in a relationship with that person. You could not last a day without seeing that person, hearing his or her voice. Isn't that similar to what we have with food? A relationship. So going back to my patient, I ask her those 3 questions. Right? First, do you have a relationship with food? She said yes. How are you treating food? That particular food. If you say I'm treating it with love and kindness, I always have it as often as I can, then ask yourself, is that food treating you the same way? If you say I love Coke and you are aware that an 8 ounces of Coke has 26 grams of sugar, and to give you an idea, that's about 6.5 teaspoons of sugar in an 8-ounce Coke, you know it's causing you, contributing to your weight gain, and your obesity contributes to your low self-confidence or self-esteem, right? You hide half of your body during picture taking. Your stomach is bloated after drinking Coke. You're drowsy after drinking Coke because it spikes your blood sugar, which is not good for your kidneys, your eyes, your heart, your liver, blood vessels, etc. I hear you. You love Coke. You love cake. You love meat. You love ice cream. You love them so much that you want to have it as often as possible. Question. Are these foods loving you back? What is your definition? What is your definition of a loving relationship? We do ask ourselves this question in our relationship with our spouse, in our relationship with our kids, with our parents, our friends, don't we? And when we feel violated, underappreciated, bullied, and abused, we're so quick to take action. We're so quick to question, to complain. We disconnect. Sometimes we end the relationship as soon as possible because we don't want to be consumed by the bad treatment of that person. Am I right? When you feel you're not in a healthy relationship with the person, you end it. What about your relationship to food? Maybe you're too soft that you have allowed food to bully you and abused you all these years. Maybe you're the only one in that relationship who's loving. You are not in a loving relationship if that's the case. You are in a toxic relationship. End it. That's my message for you. Guys, lifestyle changers this Sunday. Have a blessed and restful Sunday, everyone. I hope that you will make it a Sunday routine to join me live here and get your weekly dose of motivation, of health dose here on Lifestyle Changers MD. That's Saturday in the US, 5 p.m. Pacific time or 8 p.m. Eastern time. Here in the Philippines, it's Sunday, 8 a.m. Please share this to anybody you know who's going to be open to listening to this weekly dose, and replay this as often as you want to be reminded of this reality. Watch again if you need to. Make a lifestyle change. Bye for now. We'll see you next week. Have a restful Sunday.